So, ASM 120, you practice writing files. And so here it is. There's this program write.asm that I've got here. So it's going to have a text section and its code starts here. So the first thing we're going to do is create a file. So that's going to be system call 8 is create. So I have to pass in a file name and permissions. The file name is down here, write.txt, and the permissions 700 octal. That means read, write, execute by the owner, and nobody else has any permissions. You could, right, that's what this stands for. So that tells it what file to create, what permissions to give it, an int 80, and this adds up to the Linux touch command. That creates a file. There's nothing in it yet, but it creates a file, and I have permission to write to it. And it returns a file descriptor, which is a handle, and it returns in the EAX register. So I move that into FD, which is a place where I have 4 bytes to store it. That's a 32-bit pointer to the file descriptor. And by the way, this is 32-bit Intel code. So now I'm going to do a syswrite. We've done a write before, but before we wrote to the standard out, which was the screen, now you write to this file descriptor, and that is going to go into the file. So I just write a message of the length with int 80, and the message is down here, hello world, and there's the length. So it writes that to the file. Now I'm going to close the file. 6 just closes the file by the file descriptor, and exit exits. So this is basically 4C commands, create a file, write to the file, close the file, and exit. So that's the game. So if you do my ls-l, you see there is currently no write.txt file. There's the assembly code, the object code from compiling it, and the executable from linking it. But that's it. So if I run that code, now if I do an ls-l, now there's a write.txt file. And if I look in there, it contains hello world. And I didn't put a carriage return line feed at the end, so it just stops right there. So that's all this does. This shows you how to write to a file. All right. And so now you can, there's another file here. You can download ASM 120, and I've done that here. And if you want to see what's in there, it's 2,316 bytes long. So if you look at it with, say, XXD, and I look at just the first 10 lines with head, you see it's just a lot of random bytes. See, then what we're going to do is there's several challenges with that. First thing, read every byte and count them. And you get the length in hexadecimal. So you'll have to refer to, here it shows you how to do a file management and assembly, how to read a file. I demonstrated how to write a file. Reading a file is very similar. So that's the first challenge. Then skip the first 230 bytes and print out the next 6 bytes to see the flag. That again is just a matter of reading it and counting to a certain point. Then find the third capital N and find the 5 letters after that. Print every 5th character to see a flag, and gather every nth character to see a flag, and you don't know N. So you'll have to try various values of N until you find another flag. So those are all exercises in loops and reading a file. So that's all there is to that one. Let me stop this one.